Today on All Systems Go,
we give early access reviews to the Justice League.
Celebrate the holiday with a special guest.
And look back on a very special anniversary.
All Systems Go starts right now. Top to the morning to y'all, laddies. Welcome to All Systems Go, the show that laid in a pitch of 4-leaf clovers. Then later found out what poison oak looks like. I'm Tony Parademon.
And I'm Ian Darkside. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. Sony really wants us at home. They just announced a full wave of free games we can get as a part of the Play at Home initiative. Alongside Ratchet & Clank, which was given away earlier this month, 9 more games will be coming. Res Infinite, Abzu, Subnautica, The Witness, and Enter the Gungeon will be free for everyone. Besides that, though, Astrobot Rescue Mission, Moss, Paper Beast, and Thumper will be free for all PSVR players. All these will be free starting on March 25th. Plus, Horizon Zero Dawn will also be given away starting April 19th.
The Oscars have finally come up after a massive amount of delays, and all the nominations have been revealed. Everybody's really excited to see the results of this hectic year for films, especially for Best Picture. The nominees chosen this year for Best Picture are as follows: The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minari, No Man's Land, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. The 93rd Academy Awards will be airing April 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern Daytime on ABC Network.
There's a new cap in town! And his name is Aaron Fisher. A brand new hero, called Captain America of the Railways, is an openly gay superhero who protects runaways and the unhoused. He'll be the first of several new heroes that were inspired by the legacy of Captain America to defend their own communities. He joins the ever-growing roster of Star-Spangled Patriots this June in the upcoming United States of Captain America event. The first issue of the series goes sale June 2nd.
Speaking of Marvel, Marvel just announced a brand new comic special for Pride Month called Marvel Voices of Pride. It will be Marvel's first ever queer-centered special starring characters like Mystique, Iceman, and Dakin, and more. And the stories within the special will be written by a variety of authors, and there will be 9 new variant covers released spotlighting some of the Marvel LGBTQ+ heroes. There will be a total of 12 issues for the special, and the first issue will be hitting store shelves on June 23rd.
DC is also in the market for some Pride content. DC Pride, an anthology book of stories featuring their queer characters, is coming this Pride Month. It will also have profile pages for LGBTQ+ characters from the DCEU TV shows, and that's right, there's more. This book will have a story featuring the comics debut of Dreamer, a trans superhero who first appeared in the CW Supergirl. Before this book releases on June 8th, we'll also be getting 2 more stories, Poison Ivy Thorns and Crush and Lobo. These will both release on June 1st.
All aboard! The Infinity Train's on its way. That's right, Demon Slayer Mugen Train has finally been given a U.S. release date. The film, which was released to Japan last October, skyrocketed in popularity. It's currently the highest grossing animated film, not just in Japan, but worldwide. And it isn't even available worldwide yet. Funimation, who will be localizing the film, confirmed that Mugen Train will hit American theaters on April 23rd. Then, on June 22nd, we will get a home media release.
Coming up, we'll be joined by a special guest, speak to a workers' union striking against the Justice League, and take a trip through time with a retro review. ASG will be right back.
And when I found me leprechaun, I didn't just find gold in his pot and air. I found all systems gold.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Joining us now is entertainment director and St. Patrick's Day enthusiast, Garrett Miller. Thanks for being here, Garrett.
I sure feel lucky to be here. I feel like a big shot on television.
Well, I'm loving the jokes, man. So, you're notorious for throwing big St. Patty's Day parties, and you're here to give us some COVID-conscious party tips to stay safe.
That's right. You can still have fun with a virtual party, and I'm going to tell you how.
Very thoughtful. Yeah, I'm glad to see you're still feeling the festive. You got the suit.
Oh, yeah.
You got the hat.
Oh, absolutely.
And you even got your face paint for the occasion.
What?
The 4-leaf clovers you have paint all over. They look a little wonky, but not everyone's an artist. I like them.
I'm not wearing face paint.
Really?
No.
Okay, well, please tell us about your plans.
All right. So the first thing you're going to want to do is grab some friends and hop on Discord or that Skype thing you kids use, and then you're going to grab a beverage of your choice. And then you're going to pull out your goo.
Do you have another tip?
Nope, that's it. The goo!
What's so special about this goo?
Everything. Everything is special about this goo. It's illustrious, it's magnificent, it's green. My goo.
Are you okay, Garrett?
I've never felt better in my whole life.
Okay, well, thanks for the party tips, Garrett.
Here, you have some goo too, man. That's good stuff.
If you want to watch a film other than the Boondock Saints this year, Ian has a suggestion with his retro review of a Paddy State classic, Leprechaun.
Don't disrespect my goo!
Hi there, my name is Ian Thenise, and for this year's St. Patrick's Day, we're going to be looking back on the movie Leprechaun. As the title suggests, the horror flick is all about a wee Irish lad and his pot of gold. The whole plot revolves around him getting his stolen gold back from Jennifer Aniston and the three guys who paint. And as we all know,
It's not nice to steal gold coins from a leprechaun.
now, I don't claim to be a horror expert, but Leprechaun is just okay. It's got all the calling cards of generic horror flick, like two-dimensional characters, weird transitions, some kills, and a monster that can't be stopped. Seriously, little dude eats lead like Lucky Charms and just doesn't stay down. The best part of this movie is definitely the leprechaun himself. Warwick Davis does a fantastic job of bringing the Green Menace to life and has just the right amount of charisma to make the movie enjoyable. Plus, some of the effects of the leprechaun are actually pretty neat. Like when he teleports in out of nowhere and you see his nervous system, or when his skin melts off his skull because he touches a clover at the end of the movie. And yeah, sure, it gets a little weird with him sometimes and makes him a foot fiend, but that's no real reason to hate the guy. However, besides Davis's good performance, the movie doesn't have a whole lot going for it. There's one memorable kill, which happens with a pogo stick. There are characters that are introduced just to pad the kill count, like the shopkeeper that gets killed with a pogo stick and just a random cop. There's a character that's removed from the movie about half an hour in and he just isn't seen for the rest of the film. And the main characters just don't feel like real people. Jennifer Aniston's character Tori is just a generic movie rich person.
Here, does that cover?
Oh, wait, hold on a second. You knock over my can of paint thinner and then you offer me $20.
Okay. How about that? That do it?
Three guys who paint, Nathan, Alex, and Ozzy, all have one character trait each. Nathan is hunky, Alex is a punk kid, and Ozzy is used as the butt of a joke a lot, which is kind of its own thing, but not cool. All in all, it's not a terrible movie, but it's not good either. There are definitely better movies you can watch if you want a generic horror movie. Like you could watch Sleepaway Camp or other generic horror movies. I give it like a 4 out of 5 out of 10. That feels a little bit too high for me. While many supporters of #release the Snyder Cut are beyond overjoyed to finally have their prayers be answered, a workers' union has gone in strike in outrage. Joining us now, Liam Morrison and Dan Snyder from the Just Ice League, a workers' union of ice carving and only ice carving. Liam and Dan, thank you for joining us. Tell us about your strike, Liam.
Well, Ian, at the Just Ice League, we here at the Just Ice League are protesting this movie's release because there are cold-hearted people out there who associate us with the movies just because of the name. We had to freeze all of our operations after the Whedon cut. We don't know what we're going to do if this doesn't live up to the 4 years of expectations.
That sounds a little terrifying, honestly.
It is. The climate of the business has been changed, too. We're being carved out of the market with members leaving and clients giving us the cold shoulder.
Sounds like the Just Ice League is on thin ice, Liam.
We are, Ian, but that's just the tip of the iceberg, especially for our boss.
Yes, my last name is Snyder. I direct cuts of Justice League quality ice cutting sculptures. Stop asking me to release this movie. I am not Zack Snyder. I am not related to him. You are not being very nice at all to any of us here at the Just Ice League.
Have you considered changing your name?
No, I haven't. That might help. Thank you.
Glad I can help. I just hope it's something cool.
Early access to the Snyder Cut was given out to review, and ASG didn't get one. Luckily, our cast hunted down their own copies on the web. Snyder Cut reviews coming up.
The first 5 minutes of the Snyder Cut were everything you'd hope for. The visuals, the score, the editing. I actually had hope. But then, I don't know what happened. The way Jean was introduced was weird. He crashed into Wayne Enterprises and then they carried him off and rendered him useless the whole movie. They cut to him being tortured and studied, and Bruce, what kind of people are you hiring? When Darkseid shows up, it's clear that the writers used him as a devil allegory. He makes this Faustian deal with Diana to bring back what she lost, and forgetting everything that happened in '84, she accepts, and Steve's remains come out of the ground and fuse with these metal parts, and then he even gets a cape, but of course Darkseid uses his body to fight Superman, and... oh god, he's Cyborg Superman! I mean, it continues the DCEU tradition of them fusing plotlines together when they don't have to. I mean, Batman during his fight with Darkseid gets these visions of himself with a spiky visor, and then at the end of the movie, he comes across this boy trying to steal his hubcaps. Ugh. So in conclusion, the Snyder Cut is so amazing and it's insanity that I don't know if it's good or bad. I'm going to have to give it a -10 out of 10 and a 10 out of 10.
Okay, everybody, so today we're talking about the Justice League Snyder Cut. Now, I don't know if I love this movie or hate this movie. Now, the first 5 minutes is about everything that you expected. Great cinematography, great acting, everything's there. But after the first 5 minutes, the movie goes from 4K HD Ultra to like somebody was playing GTA San Andreas on their Samsung with all the cheat codes unlocked. Batman and Wonder Woman's relationship quickly fell apart because Diana was not into having a bunch of preteens run around in skimpy tights as much as Bruce was. I mean, Cyborg forgot to renew his malware virus and he got the coronavirus and his battery died. He was out of commission for the whole movie. Aquaman tried to save him and then got some water on his mother box and he got blown to Kingdom Come. Flash flew out of the scene like as soon as he showed up. It was really spectacular looking, but he was gone. I thought it was for Flashpoint maybe, but I mean, I really don't know what to expect out of any Justice League anymore. Martian Manhunter made his debut, but then he started looking for the Dragon Balls and summoned the Ultimate Warrior to fight Darkseid. Superman came back to try to fight Darkseid and didn't stand a chance. Next thing you know, Shaggy came down from above using Ultra Instinct and about 25% of his power. Then he mollywopped Darkseid. Anyways, I'm giving this movie a 20 out of 10 and I don't know, yeah.
Now, I've never been much of a huge superheroes guy, or whatever. I've, seen some Marvel movies. I've seen most of those, but I've never been much of a huge DC guy. But, God, the Snyder Cut, it blew me away. It was a true departure from the form, and I think that's why I liked it so much. You had, you had all these characters in the beginning, but, for the next 4 hours or so of the movie, they didn't really matter that much. It was mostly these just long shots of these freight trains. It was beautiful. And, I cannot wait to, go see it in theaters when everything opens up again. But, this might seem familiar. I got my train lamp here. Really a beautiful, beautiful movie with, shots, just like this, you got the trains just moving across the screen. Occasionally, you got a Batman or a Superman in there, but mostly just the trains.
So the first 5 minutes was very impressive, very much in line with what I was expecting from the Snyder Cut. Visuals, quality, score, everything was there. But then it took a really weird turn. Recording looked like it went from the red to an iPhone, and the narrative took massive creative liberties. Superman did come back donning his infamous black suit, but instead of fighting crime or going back to Lois, he went crazy after seeing the other side. The romance between Wonder Woman and Batman blossomed, but then quickly died when he started calling her Martha at home. Flash quickly bolted out of the movie, and I was hoping it'd be for Flashpoint reasons, but that's a stretch now. And Cyborg tapped into the Matrix and was obsessed with Dogecoin. Martian Manhunter finally made his live-action debut, but became the villain when he started destroying cities looking for the Dragon Balls. What happened to Darkseid?
Aquaman drowned, and the first interaction between Bats and the Joker was quickly over after Batman killed him. I know Snyder stands with Bruce branding and killing people, so I guess it really was going to be a short story in the end for the Joker, especially after Bats called dibs on the whole Robin thing. I don't know, what really threw me off was when the movie ended with 15 minutes of land chops spliced in with coronavirus news. I don't know what I watched, but Pirate Bay has shaken my faith in the Snyder Cut. All in all, it's still better than what the Whedon cut is, even if it must be acknowledged as the superior piece of trash that it is. 11 out of 10, my prayers have been answered. Now I go live as a homeless. Have a nice day.
Wow, sure has been a crazy year, huh?
It sure has. About 1 year ago, the country shut down and things were looking pretty grim.
Let's make it like a Samurai Jack and go back to the past, as we take a look back on 2020 with input from cast members new and old.
Let's take a look.
Living in college life during a pandemic is definitely an interesting one. It has its pros and cons. Pro, my classes are 5 feet away from me. Con, I miss the human interaction. I miss seeing people's faces, making friends, but luckily I had somewhere to turn to. I heard TV2 was a thing and I decided, why not? Let's give it a shot. And I was able to get so much experience, make so many new friends, and just had a blast. And that's where I met All Systems Go. I was a floor crew operator for them last semester. And, it was great to see them strive under all these code restrictions. So, of course, I decided, why not? Let's audition for next season. And you guys could probably guess where that led me to.
Life before COVID. Well...
My day be so fine. Then boom.
I got you $1. Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
Okay, but in all seriousness, I'm in the same boat as everyone else. I miss going to class and interacting with people. And I miss going out with friends and not wearing a mask all the time. Luckily, I think we're getting close to the end of all this.
So last year when we all got kicked off of campus and, COVID happened, I wasn't on All Systems Go yet, which is kind of a bummer and wish I would have got started a little bit earlier. But I did start skating again and I started longboard dancing because I used to skate when I was younger, but I wasn't good at tricks at all. So with all this free time, I decided to, bunker down and get some tricks down. So that was a lot of fun. I also became a dog at Apex. I was below level 100, but look at me now. I'm level like 315 and a dog. I'll just show you what I mean now.
So free, bigger than a free sample at Costco.
Well, it's the 1 year anniversary since the COVID bus hit us, and it's time to reminisce about ASG for a sec. Season 6 was in full spring. We had 2 great hosts, and then boom, we were evacuated. A lot of things went on that season, and viewers missed out on a whole lot of ideas we had. Season 7 rolled around, and honestly, one of the best things that happened was Extra Life. We all had so much fun and raised a lot of funds for the kids. $1,746 to be exact, thank you everyone. And nothing feels better than playing a bunch of games all day and night with your friends for a good cause. And I am so happy to be back on campus and helping make one of the best shows on TV too. This is our best season yet.
So, when COVID hit, I was a senior in high school. Didn't really know about All Systems Go. I was sort of in the mindset of, well, this sucks, but I can't wait to go to Kent when everything's back to normal. And while I did end up going to Kent, things never got back to normal. As of right now. I mean, we're hoping and praying. But I didn't really know about All Systems Go. I knew about the whole studio, and that's literally the only reason why I was like, well, I gotta go to Kent. And I'd actually seen on my tour that I took like a month beforehand the ad for All Systems Go that plays in some commercial breaks, and I thought to myself, yeah, whatever that is, I want absolutely nothing to do with it. Turns out it's pretty cool, but that ad, oh my god.
One thing that's definitely different and that I definitely miss is us just all hanging out in the control room while the show was airing, just kind of making fun of a random flop that no one noticed was there, or cheering on what was being said live, just hanging out with each other. Now we can only see each other during our online meetings, and they're still fun, we still talk, we still plan, but it's definitely not the same. And I think as a result, we're all more stubborn about getting our episodes as close to perfect as possible. We know that we're not working with as much stuff as we have before, so we're trying new things just in case this ever happens again.
Before the pandemic, life was great. I was the sober host of ASG, surrounded by amazing people who shared the same creative passion that I did. It was bliss. But then the world came to a screeching halt, and so did the show. The studio had closed, but we persevered together in a new podcast form. And after Jess retired, the show was sent into a state of limbo. But then Nicole and Jeremy stepped up to the plate and kept ASG going in a brand new world of microscopic danger. I honestly don't believe ASG would be here without them, and they have my respect. My personal life was hell after relapsing, losing loved ones, and suffering crippling spinal damage, but through it all, ASG and the team were always a light to look forward to. I'm grateful to see this show rise above and return to the studio once again, and I am honored to be a producer. I hope the future brings opportunity to everyone here now and to all those who came before us. Have a nice day.
Hey, it's me again. I'm sending you this voicemail from the Phantom Zone because Dan wanted me to talk about my COVID takeaways, and I want to focus on adaptability. Because we took this gigantic setback that sucks, and we could spin it into new ideas and pursuing things that we had wanted to for a long time, such as the podcast, which I think was a big success. And the team really surpassed my wildest expectations, which was fantastic. I'm so proud still. But I think we're going to have one foot in this COVID world for a long time. Like the job I'm working now did not exist a year ago. And, you know, for some of you, you're probably going to be able to say the same thing. But I think we'll come out of this, no matter what, with more of an appreciation for what we normally have and, you know, ways to secure that. So, in conclusion, I just want to say, where's my golden tape, Alex Gray?
Thank you for joining us on this very special St. Paddy's Day episode.
Be sure to follow the Rainbow to our YouTube channel, and have a great night, everybody. Bye.